Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, please do not forget to subscribe and also turn on your notification. So today what we're making is some delicious gluten-free, grain-free chicken nuggets. It is nice and crispy, breaded on the inside, but without the gluten and the grains. And I served mine with some homemade tomato ketchup along with yam fries. I'll have separate videos for those two as well on this channel. So as you can see here, it's breaded and crispy. And that's what we are looking for in our chicken nuggets. So I used 3 chicken breasts and I cut them into really small pieces because I'm using a blender. If you're using a food processor, you don't have to cut them as small as I did, but because I'm using a blender, I cut them really small. And if you feel like you need a little bit of water in your blender, you can go ahead and add a little bit of it, but I chose not to add any water in mine. And then now I'm gonna go ahead and put my spices. I have ginger, garlic, black pepper, and salt to taste. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pulse my chicken and spices. So you want to pulse it to a coarse texture. You don't want it to be very smooth. If it comes out smooth too, that's fine, but pulse it, and then if you need to stir it up while you pulse it, that's fine too. And once we're done, we want to add almond flour. This is half cup of almond flour. You can add a little less if you want, but I chose to put half cup of almond flour. And you want to mix it really well until it's well combined, and then you prep it. Alright, so for my dip, I used 2 eggs and some milk together with the eggs. And once you're done whisking, you want to set it to the side, and then on your clean surface for kneading, you can oil it or you can use a parchment paper. I believe it's much more easier for me to oil it than to use a parchment paper for cutting. That way I don't have any debris left in my dough. So in your chicken dough, you can spread it out with a rolling pin. I chose to use my fingers. It's much more easier, so that way I can pick out any excess, that are left behind. So I used my fingers to pick out the excess chicken that were still stuck in there, that did not get blended fully. Using my fingers makes me be able to do that. Then I cut them into small cubes to make them as thick as you want. And then now what you can see me doing here is I'm dipping my cubes in the egg and milk mixture that I have, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in almond flour to coat it. So the almond flour is what ends up giving it that crispiness on the outside. So instead of doing one at a time, I chose to do multiple, and it saves me time that way. So now you want to go ahead and coat it really good. Make sure you have enough almond flour all around each. And inside the bowl, I put parchment paper. And once that roll is full, I go ahead and put parchment paper on top as well. And with this one, you can go ahead and fry it or bake it right away, or you can put it in the freezer until you're ready to use. I put mine in the freezer overnight, and I came back the next day to do my frying. So once your oil is hot, and I use a medium heat. So fry it until it's golden brown. And you want to check it from time to time when you fry it by, flipping it like you usually do with everything else that you fry. All right. And when I take them out of the oil, I set them on a paper towel in a bowl or a basket. Um, in this case, I used a bowl with a paper towel. That way, it absorbs the excess oil from the fried nuggets, as you can see me doing here. And like I said, it's a preference. You can bake it if you want, but I get a lot more crispiness when I fry it, and the crispiness is what I'm going for. And at the same time, you want it to be healthy. But if you baked it, you would get some crispiness, but not as much. Alright, and once it's all done, you're good to serve with any side of your choice or any dipping of your choice. Um, like I mentioned, I use my homemade ketchup and yam fries, and I'll have separate videos for those. Alright guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, please do not forget to leave a thumbs up. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, and all of that. And also do not forget to share with your family and friends. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time and stay tuned for the next video.